There is a basic HTML structure that you will want to use for all of your web pages. Here I have created a basic.html page that I have saved to my desktop. Before we start writing code, let me make a note on formatting. HTML code is not case sensitive, so you may write HTML in upper or lower case. However, for readability, I urge you to be consistent. I prefer to write HTML code in lowercase. Now let's get to coding. The first thing you'll want is an HTML tag and an end HTML tag. As to not forget the close tag, I always enter it at the same time as the open tag. All the HTML for your entire page will be between the open and close HTML tags. There are two primary sections of a web page, the head and the body. The head section is where we're going to have information about the web page for the browser, but none of this will be displayed on the web page. The body section is where we will put everything that will be displayed on the page. In the head section, one of the things you'll usually want to include is a title. We will call ours the basic HTML structure. What you put in the body section is what will appear on the page. Let's just start with Hello World. Save this and see what it looks like so far. Now we have a web page with the text Hello World displayed. The title we entered is displayed in the tab. This is the core structure you want to use every time you create a web page. The other thing you would need to do is indent well. Here, everything is all lined up on one side. And that might be okay for something as simple as this, but as you add more and more code, it's going to become very difficult to read. While the browser would be able to read your code even if it was all written on a single line, you should always indent properly so that you and others will be able to read your code. To indent properly, every time you have a start tag and an end tag that are on different lines, everything between those lines should be indented. I am indenting everything between HTML and close HTML, so it's very clear where it begins and where it ends. Be sure to use the tab key to indent instead of adding spaces. Now we also want to do that for all other tags. Between the head and the close head tag, we have one line that needs to be indented. If we had more lines in the head section, we would indent all of them. Inside the body section, we also have one line that needs to be indented. Now, the code has a higher level of readability. It is clear where each HTML element begins and ends. The title has the end tag on the same line, so there's no reason to indent in this case. If I saved it and refreshed the page, nothing will change because indentation is only for code readability. And that, my friends, is all I have to say about the basic structure of HTML code and indentation.